Well, as Michael Keaton once said, you want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. Yesterday, we got the first trailer for Venom: The Last Dance, and it revealed to us that Knull, the god of the symbiotes, is going to be the main villain. But now we're getting reports on Spider-Man 4 and its potential multiverse adventure that seems to tie all this together, and this would be absolutely insane and probably exactly what Sony wants. Let's take a couple minutes to talk about today's report about Spider-Man 4, where it comes from, and the possibilities that we are indeed finally going to get that Spider-Man Venom team up. Well, there's so much to go through here, guys. We want to take our time and make sure we lay it all out properly. Yesterday, we got that first trailer for Venom: The Last Dance, and there was a ton of stuff revealed in that trailer. Now, not only did we find out Knull, god of the symbiotes, is the main villain of the third Venom feature, but we also got little teases for some other symbiote characters that we've seen along the way that indicate that hive mind thing is, well, pretty important. Later on, the fact that there are a series of reshoots going on right now for Venom: The Last Dance, and then Tom Holland teasing himself going on set looking rather Spider-Man-esque, people are talking. Now, last-minute reshoots for Venom 3 really aren't the story here. This happens all the time. But with Spider-Man 4 starting to shape up, all these pieces might be coming together, and we could finally see Venom and Spider-Man either face off or team up. Now, as many of you know, the original plans for Spider-Man 4 were supposed to be a street-level adventure. We were hearing reports that Peter Parker and Daredevil were going to take on Wilson Fisk, and even some other reports that Ant-Man could factor into the story. Now, at this point, the new Spider-Man movie is expected to drop in 2026, and should land between Doomsday and Secret Wars. Now, it's almost assured that the end of Doomsday is going to be like Infinity War, where Dr. Doom has a decisive win, and the general consensus is it will end with the destruction of Earth 616, but the creation of Battleworld. Now, we speculated all along that this version of Battleworld is going to involve multiple Marvel worlds that we're very familiar with. Not only are we going to get the MCU 616, Earth 10,005 with Deadpool and the X-Men, but it's also very likely to include Sony's Spider-Verse, as well as this new world the Fantastic Four and Doctor Doom are hailing from. Now, if all of this wasn't interesting enough, the Cosmic Circus swung in and dropped a story that has everybody wondering and talking. Now, like we always say, this isn't from Marvel Studios, and in this case Sony or Kevin Feige or Tom Rossman or anybody involved, so we want to take it with a grain of salt. But I always love the Cosmic Circus because their reporters don't hide behind anonymity, and unlike many others, they will admit when they were either wrong or got misinformation. Now, what that team is reporting is the plan for Spider-Man 4 will be a multiverse adventure, and it's likely to be set in Battleworld. But it will feature Tom Holland's Peter Parker teaming up with Tom Hardy's Venom. That's right, this is actually going to happen, and they're going to combine forces to take on Knull himself. Now, there are not a lot of other details beyond that. But with the big surprise of Knull being the villain in the new film, well, I have to say, this kinda would make a lot of sense and would help answer the question of how the Spider-Man movie is going to fit between these two events. Now, the Cosmic Circus does say that by the end of Venom: The Last Dance, we may see Eddie Brock actually cross over into the Marvel Universe, and that these reshoots going on in New York right now actually have something to do with that. Now, this begs the question of what it means for many other Sony characters. If Venom actually exists in Battleworld, that also means everybody from all the Spider-Women we saw in Madam Web, along with Madam Web, Venom, Morbius, and even a return of the Vulture are all potential possibilities for this fourth Spider-Man movie. Now, apparently Knull's ambitions to conquer definitely include the whole multiverse, and since we know symbiotes have a hive mind and they have existed on multiple Earths, we saw Venom leave that piece behind last time, well, there's no reason to believe that this story is not only doable, but might actually be something Marvel and Sony have been talking about for a long time, because all these scenes that happened before left fans with a lot of questions. Now, if you were hoping for that street-level adventure for Spider-Man 4, I don't think you should be too worried. The Cosmic Circus went on to say that Marvel still intends to tell that story, and that villains could include everybody from Mr. Negative, Spencer Smythe, the Scorpion, or even the Prowler, which is somebody we've been waiting to see for a long time. Now, as far as confirmed details, the only ones we truly have are that Dustin Daniel Cretton is set to direct the film, and Chris McKenna and Eric Summers are writing the script. Obviously, Tom Holland is returning as Spider-Man, but beyond all those details, we really don't know much more. We know Sony has been doing everything they can do to kind of position their Spider-Verse to be integrated with this Spider-Man. And honestly, since we're going to be on Battleworld, this might be exactly what Marvel Studios intends to do, because you know they want to keep those Spider-Man rights and Sony could ultimately pull it, so they got to play ball with each other, and this gives Sony exactly what they want, validity to their universe, but allows Marvel to tell their stories without Sony's stuff creeping in or messing up anything they have going on. Now, obviously, we're going to follow this one really, really closely because it's super unclear to me now if this is actually true. I'm pretty hopeful. We'd love to see Spider-Man and Venom team up to take on Knull. That would be one heck of a story. And if this is truly a battle world multiverse tale, well, anything else is possible, including other symbiotes or versions of Spider-Man, from Miles Morales to Gwen Stacy to even Miguel O'Hara, not to mention Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. So buckle up, we're going to watch Spider-Man 4 really closely. If all this turns out to be true, it's awfully exciting and would shape up for a Spider-Man movie that could be the biggest ever, and to follow up No Way Home, that would be a feat. Tell me what you think in the comments below.